After posting Sunday's video on Subaru common AC failures, I realized that we did not go through and do the service on this Crosstrek after I did all that filming and said we'd get back to it on changing out the O-rings and the Schrader valves. So in today's video, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow up on Sunday's video and go through and tune up the AC on this 2013 Subaru Crosstrek. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So I actually pulled the cap off and I heard pressure escape and I saw a little bit of bubbling. So when we draw the system down, we will be replacing both of our Schrader valves, as they're another common issue or common area for leakage to occur. So guys, we were a little bit low, 0.73 pounds. Spec is half a kilogram or about 1 pound. So it looks like we did have a slight leak going on there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our couplers off. We're gonna unscrew our old Schrader valves, put new Schrader valves in. Then we're gonna unbolt these two lines, put new O-rings on there, bolt it all back together, hook these back on, and draw a vacuum on the system. There's our old Schrader valve. And we'll go ahead and grab a brand new one. And see, here is one reason why you got to be careful working on AC systems. You see that valve is slightly bent. Someone must have run down these couplers too tight, and when you do that, you can bend that little tip and it can hang that valve open slightly and cause a leak. So another good reason why to change these out whenever you're drawing the system down. They're just cheap insurance. Now this one is the one we suspect had some leakage going on. And that O-ring is very flat. Carefully pop it up out of the groove. And we'll take it over to the O-ring tray and match it up to a similar sized O-ring. And yeah, you can see it is pretty flat on the sides and deformed. And we'll get a little bit of our AC oil, lube up our new O-ring, and slip it onto the line. Just like so. Make sure we got a good firm fit there. Reinstall the bolt and repeat. And this O-ring looks just as old and brittle as the other one. Flattened out really well on the sides. And as I pull on it, I can actually see some cracking from dry rot. But yeah, time for a new one. Again, a little bit of refrigerant oil on that new O-ring to help it slip over the line. And pop it on there. And we'll quickly get our couplers back on and start drawing our vacuum on the system. So guys, really quickly, while this is under vacuum and making sure we don't have any leaks, One really cool thing about Subarus is the AC system is super accessible. You got your compressor here, your high pressure line coming out of the compressor to the condenser, your high pressure line coming out of the condenser along the frame rail back here, up along the firewall, through the thermal expansion valve into the evaporator core. Then you have your low pressure coming back out and around to the compressor. Everything is topside, everything is visible, everything is very easy to get at. Aside for your evaporator core, what like every vehicle on the road, it's in the dashboard. They're a little pain to get to. But otherwise, everything is right here on top and pretty accessible. Everything is good. Like I said, we were a little bit low, so we likely had a very slow leak right there. So what we're going to do now is inject a little bit of oil, because every time we use our recovery machine, we pull a little bit of oil out of the system. And we also had a little bit of oil around that connector, so some oil is leaking out. We don't want to lose that oil. That oil is used to lubricate our compressor and prevent a compressor failure, so we want to put a little bit in. So we're going to go to inject oil. And this is a manual injector, so you just have to push the button and watch the sight glass on the jug. Should be good. So we're going to charge this 1/2 kilogram, which is like 1.1 pound. Actually, it's 0.4 to 0.5 kilograms, so we'll go a little bit under, about 1.05 pound. Hit OK. Going to charge and start. And we are injecting that oil. After this is through, filling up to the max of that 1.05 pound we set, we'll have to equalize the hoses, which means we'll pull the high side hose off, set the AC to max, and then we will watch the machine draw the refrigerant from that coupler where it's cut off through this hose, through the machine, and then back through the low side. Once that has been evacuated through the machine, we'll close this valve and be done with the service. One more warning, as always, you've always got to be careful when you take these couplers loose, because sometimes those little Schrader valves hang open, even when you put a new one in. And when that happens, all of the charge you just put in there will blow back in your face. So just be careful. You don't want to get blown in the face with refrigerant. It can blind you. It can give you frostbite. It can burn your skin. Just be very careful of that. I actually saw it happen when I was in technical school in college. One of these valves actually stuck open and sprayed the guy all over, but he was quick on his feet and jammed the coupler back on without having any issues, and he had his safety gloves and PPE on, so no permanent damage. And our AC service is all done. Hose is getting very cold, and the air inside is much crisper and cooler than it was prior, because we were low on that charge. So guys, there you have it. Nice, crispy, cold air conditioning. Once again, first service in over 4 years of ownership, and man, did it really need it. We got those O-rings replaced. They're nice and new and going to seal. We got those Schrader valves replaced. They're nice, new, and going to seal up. And we got our system properly filled because we were slightly low. So we are going to be more efficient and cool better throughout the summer months. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.